Well, and welcome to another episode of Sail Juno. Today we finally put up the name tag onto the boat. It wasn't an easy job, and I've never put one up before, and I was balancing on the dinghy doing it, but it turned out really well. Very proud of it. It looks great. It contrasts very well. The sound was made for me by Matt Christie from Design Guy up in Johannesburg somewhere. If you need any that sort of signage done, give me a message and I will put you in touch with Matt. Thank you, Matt. It looks super. And thank you, Angus, for bringing it. Yeah, on with the show. Doing the non-slip, and we've also now done the painting the actual tow rail and the outside parts, and that's done in a top lack, which is a top lack plus, which is whatever it is. It's a high gloss, premium quality, durable yacht enamel. It's like an enamel paint that you do on your doors and that sort of stuff at home, maybe, but $88. So, what we're going to do now is I want to try gel coat. A gel coat is a fiberglass or a resin solution. It's not a paint solution. A lot of purists say there's no place for paint on a boat. You must always use a fiberglass solution. And I'm going to try it down in this section over here, which is in the well of the stairs that go down the companionway. And I want to see the result. I want to see what it comes out as, and whether or not we should pursue using gel coat on a bunch of high wear areas that will look nice if they are glossy. So our test area is going to be inside here, and I haven't never done this before, so it's going to be interesting, and I hope, and hopefully it'll come out nicely. So I need to wash it, dry it, sand it, wipe it, and then mix some of the gel coat. It's a two part. You've got this big, the main thing, and then you put a couple of drops of the MEKP reactor thing in it, and then you got 15 minutes, and after that it's like rock. So I'm going to start in small sections and see how it goes, and I'll take you along for the ride on a time lapse just so that it doesn't get boring. Okay, thanks guys. Okay guys, so the the time lapse wasn't so great because it was aiming above. I'm pointing there because it's over there. It was aiming above where I was working. The product is very easy to use. A tiny bottle that you've got to squeeze the drops out of. My thumbs aren't what they used to be. And but I got the stuff mixed, I think. And so it just takes, the amount of drops you put in changes how long it takes before it sets. And it can be between, where's the tins up there? Between 2 and 4 hours. And then we'll see how it turns out. So here's an interesting little project that I'm working on that's going to show great results. I thought I'd show you what we're doing. This is inside the cockpit, and we have these little cubbies inside which you put the lines, the sheets. So the ropes that come from the sails, they go around the winches, and then when you end up with tons of rope in here, and then you shove them into these little cubbies. And they've been a bit neglected, and so I'm going around. There's 8 of them, and that one's near all the action. So I'm going to go and give them a good rub, and then I'm going to paint them with some. I'm going to gel coat them. In fact, I'm not going to paint them. I bought a bunch of gel coat I'm not going to use, so hey, something for the gel coat. So I'll show you the result later. Yeah. So the interesting thing about painting inside these cubbies is that about 3/4 of what you paint is never going to be seen again because it's out of sight. But you may as well just do it properly. So got inside, I got paint everywhere on my arms because I was reaching up and painting in reverse, etc., etc. Went through quite a lot of gel coat, but it dried, cured well, and looked superb afterwards. The aft cabin is really the pride and joy of the boat. It would typically be called the captain's saloon, and it is just a magnificent amount of this close-grained fur. Um, and it had been varnished once, and I just gave it a sand down every corner to remove the curtains there, and got it really, really neat, and then varnished it with this satin finish varnish, and it just looks glorious and superb. Very, very happy with that. And then as we move further aft on the boat, we will see that we have installed a barbecue. And well, I've used it several times and it is really cool. It's very small, just opens up. It's got a keyboard, double keyboard size cooking area, and it distributes heat fairly well. And it cooks steak and sausage and roast bread and whatever else we want. Runs off these little green canisters. I've got a few of those lying in the on the boat now. And then just further forward in front of the Dodger, we have installed a 6-man offshore SOLAS, a more than 24-hour survival life raft fixed onto the boat, and you deploy it if and when some disaster occurs, or if you have to get off the boat before that occurs, like you get side T-boned by an oil tanker or something. You just dive into the water, and then as this gets more than a few meters underwater, there's a fancy trigger thing on it that goes boom, and the thing pops up, and then it comes leaping out of the depth for you to climb into and to continue your much altered journey. Anyway, glad we've got those. Important to have on an offshore uh, voyaging vessel, as Juno is. And then right in front on the pulpit, we have this lovely little seat to sit on, which I've put walnut blanking. And you can go and pop your legs through there, lean on it, and watch the dolphins swimming in front of the boat. What a lovely thing that is going to be. And then, of course, in the back of the boat, we have now mounted the outboard motor. So it is fixed onto the push bit, and it will be lifted by a line that we will just feed over the mizzen mast and hoist it overboard and drop it down to the dinghy. And looking forward to having a lot of fun getting ashore. That becomes your car while you are in the in that dock, or you've dropped anchor or something like that. Very important to have a little 6 horsepower 2-stroke Yamaha. Well, that's all for episode 27, folks. This is a picture of me looking happy, going out for a sail a week ago. Was some wind, and we got fair mileage under the belt. Angus and myself had a fairly good time out there. And yeah, please like, subscribe, comment. I don't know, anything you want. And remember, Grant, my brother, is catching fish right now because the sardines are running. So thanks, guys. Next one to follow in a few days.